So it's on its way officially. Shuttle Endeavour now on its way to Northern California, ultimately to the Bay Area a little bit later on. It's kind of neat to see the shuttle on the back of that thing. You'd think, boy, it has to be awfully heavy, isn't it? It is, but a fully loaded 747 with passengers, luggage, and fuel actually weighs more than what you're seeing right now. The shuttle weighs less than a fully loaded 747.
Wow. So after 123 million miles and 25 trips over 2 decades, Endeavour is going into retirement, and this is the big farewell tour.
This is the final flight.
So what we'll do is keep our eye on the sky, because we're going to wait now for it to head over the Bay Area. That's going to take a little while because it's going over Sacramento first. We'd like to leave this shot, and then we'll continue on with the show and keep tracking. We've got team coverage here in the Bay Area, so we're going to keep our eyes on when it begins to approach our airspace, and we will be checking in with that. All right, so now back onto take a peek, because the shuttle just now about to take off. It's rolling down the runway at Edwards Air Force Base, and it's going to make its way to Northern California.
Up. There it is. So it's on its way officially. Shuttle Endeavour now on its way to Northern California, ultimately to the Bay Area a little bit later on. It's kind of neat to see the shuttle on the back of that thing. You'd think, boy, it has to be awfully heavy, isn't it? It is, but a fully loaded 747 with passengers, luggage, and fuel actually weighs more than what you're seeing right now. The shuttle weighs less than a fully loaded 747.
So after 123 million miles and 25 trips over 2 decades, Endeavour is going into retirement, and this is the big farewell tour.
This is the final flight.
So what we'll do is keep our eye on the sky, because we're going to wait now for it to head over the Bay Area. That's going to take a little while because it's going over Sacramento first. We'd like to leave this shot, and then we'll continue on with the show and keep tracking. We've got team coverage here in the Bay Area, so we're going to keep our eyes on when it begins to approach our airspace, and we will be checking in with that. All right, so now back on.
There it is right there, flying over Sacramento.
I just put it on the end of my nose, pull it up, and press it to my forehead.
Can you teach us a quick chant? We can all get behind the Razorbacks and give you some momentum for this weekend.
There it goes.
I mean, there's the basic hog call.
Ross, unbeatable. All new Dr. Phil exclusive.
There it is.
Did you kill your wife?
Of course not. That's a weird thing for you to ask.
Dr. Phil goes inside the mind.
Do you think you're crazy?
Of Robert Blake. Dr. Phil, this morning at 10 on Prawn 4.
Good morning and welcome back. 9:22, and we should be seeing the shuttle Endeavour any minute now. First on the right-hand side.
Yeah, it's streaming right here.
Looking at Sacramento. It's supposed to be flying over that area first before it heads down to San Francisco, and you can see Chrissy Field on the left as we look towards the Golden Gate Bridge. We should be seeing it within the hour reach the Bay Area, but first, that's why we're looking first at Sacramento to see when it hits their skies.
Yeah, so we got Chrissy Field there on the left. We also have cameras out there at the Marin Headlands. Here's that shot, as a matter of fact. This is Crown 4's Jackie Sissel out there. He's been out there all morning long watching the crowd.
Explained a lot about that, thank you, Will, and also brought home the fact that this is a risky thing. When he said, you go up in space, you risk your life.
Yeah.
And, the shuttle, it replaced the 86 Challenger. That we want to take a moment to remember that exploded on takeoff, and all 7 people, astronauts on board there, including a school teacher, were killed. And the shuttle Columbia exploded, too. And so there were 5 shuttles. There are now just 3, and Endeavour, one of them, that's going to be in a museum. And that's where the entire shuttle program is now, retired and in museums.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, and you can see just by the number of people that are showing up today how many fans there are of the shuttle program.
100 times and racked up 123 million miles. And we're the only station in the Bay Area that's going to stay on the air for its final miles and its final flight here over the Bay Area.
And as we take a live look here again over Sacramento, we'll part for a quick break, come right back with continuing coverage. Furniture City and Mattresses.
There we see it. And you can see people cameras raised right now as it's coming. Is that a false alarm? I hope it's not.
No.
There it is. Over here. Over there. Look at this. There it is. Incredible. Wow. I mean, look at that.
Here all the
Woo!
Look at him running to try and get a better
You
look.
see the crowd running as if, it's just trying to catch a glimpse. We understand that it might do a circle back, a loop around here just for another view. Like you said, this is basically a victory lap, as it's well-deserved, as it should. And it looks like it might come back once again, and we'll try to bring that to you as well. But it looks like everybody's scrambling, and here he comes again. There it is. Look at that shot. He went past the building. And you are seeing history.
Over the Golden Gate Bridge a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll want to tune into Cron 4 and our later newscast to see all of the highlights from today. And we thank you for joining us, and hope you'll be back here again Monday morning for Back to Work Monday morning. But right now it's a Friday, so you have a great day, and we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Lisa lost 100.
Victory lap above the Bay Area today, cruising past local landmarks on top of a modified 747. Thousands of people shared in a common experience, going outdoors to crane their necks skyward to take advantage of a spectacular photo op. And as KTVU's Ali Rasmus tells us, get some once-in-a-lifetime pictures.
Two icons in a single frame. The space shuttle Endeavour soared over the Golden Gate Bridge at 10:30 this morning. Spectators craned their necks and had their cameras ready to capture this once-in-a-lifetime sight.
I just feel lucky to be able to see it, especially on such a gorgeous day and such a gorgeous place.
From Christie Field, the crowd of more than 1,000 people spotted Endeavour above Alcatraz. Over at the Marin Headlands, spectators who gathered on the hilltops heard Endeavour before they saw it. On Treasure Island, crowds took in a different picturesque view. Endeavour flew above the San Francisco skyline, passing Coit Tower and the Transamerica Pyramid.
Once in a lifetime. Last chance to see any of it in the air, and had to come down and do it.
Then the shuttle circled past both spans of the Bay Bridge, the old and the new.
Not only could you see it, but you could hear the 747. The sun was hitting it just perfect. I mean, it was a beautiful thing. Beautiful sight.
Endeavour circled around the bay twice before heading south towards the peninsula. That's where a sea of people, numbering in the thousands, waited to greet the shuttle at Moffett Field. Endeavour dazzled spectators, and for a few minutes afterwards, the crowd shuffled around in confusion, waiting to see if Endeavour would circle around a second time. But due to delays, there was just the one flyover, and the historic shuttle was on its way south to finish the final leg of its journey. Ali Rasmus, KTVU, Channel 2 News.
Choking me up.
You can see what a special part it was. NASA Ames was involved in many aspects of the shuttle program. Researchers worked on the black heat shields, and aerodynamic engineers helped develop the shape of the shuttle. Also, pilot training and wind tunnel tests were conducted at NASA Ames. And Ames researchers also helped investigate the failure of Shuttle Columbia back in 2003. And coming up in 23 minutes, we will go live to Southern California for the shuttle's arrival above Disneyland and the Hollywood sign. Plus, a photo op to remember, incredible shots from our KTVU viewers.
New unemployment numbers show California's job.
And coming up in 23 minutes, we will go live to Southern California for the shuttle's arrival above Disneyland and the Hollywood sign. Plus, a photo op to remember, incredible shots from our KTVU viewers.
New unemployment.
Where a lot of locals come to watch all the big jets land and take off on the runway there. But on this night, all eyes are on a spaceship. Kevin will give you a look beyond that United Airlines hangar. See it? All lit up. There she is. There's Endeavour, still atop that specially modified 747 that flew it cross-country from the Kennedy Space Center. And now its final day and its final journey. To the video we go. Started at Edwards Air Force Base, and as she's been talking, headed up to the Bay Area. And this is as pretty a picture as you're going to see over the Golden Gate. Again, I think it had us hypnotized watching it, and then the shuttle eventually turns south, heads over Sacramento, and then down the coast, heading for its new home, the Southland, L.A. Eventually to go over the skyscrapers downtown L.A. Think about it, a space shuttle, 25 missions into orbit, 123 million miles plus traveled, but I would think you'd agree the last couple of miles, the most spectacular, huh? The flyover over the skyscrapers. A lot of folks here in downtown L.A. actually getting on the roofs, watching this thing fly over, taking pictures, a lot of them cheering. Big crowds all along the route here. Folks saying, welcome home, good, great to see you, Endeavour, like she could actually hear them. maybe she could. As we come back out live to give you an update what happens now after the flyover. See that crane to the left of the shuttle? They'll start tomorrow morning, I'm told. They're slowly working to lift it off the 747. It'll be stored in the hangar there to the right, fitted up with a special trailer device, and then no more flying around, but it'll be driven through the streets of L.A. the middle of next month, heading for the Science Center here over at Exposition Park near downtown. 12-mile journey over a couple days. Big parades planned for that. And then at the end of October, public display there. It'll be set